Good evening, students. Now, from today, we again start our online classes. Okay, now your second term is start. So, today we start the fourth lesson is the air. So, air is the important factors for our living organisms. Okay, air is the mixture of the different gases. Air is the mixture of the gases. In this lesson, we studied about the air because the importance of air for all living things. That living things use that air for different processes or for take the oxygens. Okay, so like that, air is also responsible for the burning process, photosynthesis process, and rusting process. So in this lesson, we will discuss it one by one. See, picture A and B. In these pictures, the one glass of milk is poured out in the another glass. Okay, so what will be left inside the glass in pictures? If you pour that all milk in another glass, then what will be left inside this glass? Yes, the glass is empty, but there air is present. Okay, so same thing in the picture B. Here three bottles are given. These bottles are empty, but actually in this bottle the air is present. Okay, so the answer of this both questions is air. So air is the mixture of the gases, some of which are element and some are the compounds. Okay, air is the mixture of gases. In our surrounding, in our environment, there is a mixture of the gases, and that mixtures contain the elements and compounds also. Okay, see here the pie chart is given on that page, and that page show the percentage of the various gases. Okay, see, the most percentage means 78% nitrogen is present. How much? 78%. And oxygen is 21% is present in our environment. Okay, and other gases is only 1%. So in other gases, that include the water vapors, carbon dioxides, and other noble gases. Okay, now there is a number of noble gases, mainly argon is present in that noble gases. Okay, water vapors, how when the water is evaporated, the vapors is goes in a environments, okay, that evaporated, and that is also include in that percentage. Other gases is carbon dioxides, these carbon dioxides is also present here. Okay, this is the percentage chart of the gases. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases. Okay, so turn the page. See, the blanket of air that surround the earth is called the atmosphere. Our earth is surrounded by the one type of covering. Okay, so this is called a blanket of air. Okay, so the blanket of air that surround the earth is called atmosphere. As we travel higher above the ground, the atmosphere gets thinner and thinner, and that is the air molecule gets further and further apart. If we keep going up, we will eventually reach space where there is a no air molecule. See, atmosphere is the blanket of air that surround the earth. Okay, but what happen actually when you travel higher above the ground? Okay, if you travel higher above the ground, then what, that atmosphere gets thinner and thinner. Okay, so that's why the air molecules get further apart, and if we keep going up, then we will eventually reach the space, and you know, in space there is no air. Okay, so this air is important for the living organism. Okay, but when you goes up, that atmosphere layer get thinner and thinner. Okay, so like a water, air is a vital for the living things. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss that what make air so important for living things. See, importance of the air. See, when we breathe in, air enter our lungs through the nose, and one of the gases present in air, oxygen, is used for our body to derive energy from the food we eat. You know, the living organisms has a need to oxygen, okay, for survive in surrounding. So actually what happened, the oxygen when you take it, that through our lungs, okay, enter that through the nose and enter into the lungs. And actually what happened, that air means that air contain the one important molecule is the oxygen. This oxygen is used for the release the energy from the food. This is called the respiration. Okay, means respiration can be defined as the process in which body uses oxygen to release chemical energy trapped inside the food. Respiration is the one type of process in which body use oxygen, okay, and release the energy. You know, when you take the food, then we get the energy. So for that oxygen is helpful for the release the energy. So it's the reaction food plus oxygen that release energy plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, when our body uses food and oxygen to derive energy, two substances are produced, which carbon dioxide and water vapor. So this substance exists our body whenever we breathe out. So thus air we breathe out has a different composition than the air we breathe in. See, we breathe in which gas? Oxygen. But when breathe out, the different compositions is contained there. So it has a more water vapor and carbon dioxide because these are produced inside the body. When you breathe out that air, then it contains the water vapor and carbon dioxide because inside our body these are produced. So similarly, it has a less oxygen because some of it is used inside the body. Obviously, when you breathe out the gas, that gas in that gas the less oxygen is present, okay, because most of the oxygen is used by our body. Okay, so the air we breathe in is said to be rich in oxygens. Rich in oxygens means oxygen percentage is higher when you take the air. Okay, but whereas the air we breathe out is said to be rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, when you breathe out the air, that rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, do you understood it? See, so all living things respire. So these include the plants. You know, plants also need to respiration. Okay, so the process of respirations goes on day and night in plants. Okay, like other living things, in plants also respirations processes goes on day and night. Okay, so there is another important process that would not occur without oxygen. So without this process we would not be able to cook our food. Can you guess what is this process? One more process is there, that is could not occur without the oxygen. Okay, so this process we will discuss in the next section. Okay, thank you.